YouTube just bought me a watch. How about I get this open and explain what's going on? Hi and welcome to Last Watch. I'm currently in the process of packing a bag for a trip, a stag do to be precise, so today's video will be somewhat different from my usual format. It will be a very quick, no frills unboxing and an update on what's happening with the channel. Let's get this show on the road. Inside we have some paperwork, which obviously I don't want you to look at and we don't need, and a white Seiko box. And if I open this up, we have a Seiko European guarantee, and inside we also have a guarantee card. I'll just put that back in there, put it to one side, and we have quite a substantial instruction manual, which I don't need, so I'll put that away as well. Now, onto the grand unveiling. Inside we have a Seiko turtle. Or to be more precise, we have the Save the Ocean turtle special edition. As it would seem that Seiko only makes special editions nowadays, don't they? Now, I have been eyeing up this watch since last December. So it's been nearly a year since I first considered adding it to the collection. And lo and behold, I snapped this up in the sales for a cost of £260, so a considerable saving on the £399 RRP. Sadly, it doesn't appear to have a hang tag, but I can tell you that the reference on this watch is the SRPC91K1. I'll do a full review on this watch in due course, but now that I've got this little beauty unveiled, I'll have a quick tidy up and let you bathe in its glory whilst I bring you up to speed on what's been happening with the channel. I guess the bulk of you subscribers watching this video will have signed up fairly recently, certainly within the last few months, but the channel has been around for more than a year. Actually, it's closer to 19 months. Needless to say, that time has flown by. When I started the channel, I made a conscious decision to make it all about the watches, and preferably watches that I have had the pleasure or possible displeasure to get my hands on. It would have been so easy for me to stand in front of a camera and talk about watches that I've only ever seen in pictures. You might be surprised to hear this, but there are actually watch channels out there that do just that. In any case, I'm happy to just show you the watches and let my hands do the talking. Choosing to make the watch the star has one major disadvantage though, in that you need to have watches to talk about, and I'm a man of limited resources. Just about every watch you see on my channel has been purchased by me or a family member. Actually, to be precise, my wife. The only watch to break that mould was the Star King, which was sent to me free of charge for review, and I was free to say whatever I wanted to about that watch. Given how affordable it was for the spec, then I thought I titled it rather well. A cheap as chips Chinese charmer. Whether or not Star King ever send me another watch, only time will tell. If I'm buying these watches myself, then it stands to reason that I'm buying watches that I quite like the look of. I obviously don't have the money to throw away on watches that I'm never going to wear, and I wouldn't want my viewers to do that either, but the problem with that is that I'm always going to play it safe. I figured in time that as the channel grew, watch brands and individuals might be happy to send me watches, and I would then be in a position to review a watch that I wouldn't normally have considered. That in itself is no bad thing. One thing I have learned over the last year and a half is to respect whatever watch someone chooses to put on their wrist, as sometimes your first impression on a watch can be completely wrong. The channel is going from strength to strength. I've just clocked over 4,000 subscribers, so a massive thanks goes out to all of you that have subscribed. It is truly appreciated. If you're watching this video and haven't subscribed, then please hit that button now. It literally takes a second, and it would be wonderful to get 5,000 subs by the end of the year. I think that's more than achievable. The benefit of having subscribers and a loyal audience is notoriety, which is what I've been striving for. A few of you individuals have contacted me through my channel email to offer open access to your collections. Some of those collections are just mind-blowing, but I've had to decline as I'm reluctant to have you ship a $10,000 or $20,000 watch overseas. I would never forgive myself if anything happened to it during transit. In any case, I thank you for your offers. you know who you are, and appreciate the trust you are willing to put in me. Hopefully at some point soon I might find a sponsor somewhere closer to home. Anyway, this brings me to the reason for today's video and change of format. I was contacted recently, actually just last week, by a Chinese marketing company working on behalf of dozens of Asian brands. They've offered to work with me. Now there's a question mark there because I was quite flattered to receive the email, but then I read on. They are happy for me to share my own ideas on the products they provide, and they would like me to provide quotes on the rate I would charge for producing YouTube videos and Instagram posts. What? Did I read that correctly? I doubled and I triple checked. These guys are offering to pay me for my videos. Now I don't know if that's the norm with other watch channels, but I have enough common sense to know that if I take payment for a watch review, regardless of what I say, there will always be some doubt and a question mark over whether I'm being honest about that product. Don't get me wrong, I want my channel to do well and I look forward to working with watch brands, but I have set myself some rules. I was approached a couple of months ago by a French micro brand with a proposed Kickstarter that they wanted me to get involved with. I said I would happily do a warts and all review. Well, I guess my reply was lost in translation as their email ceased immediately. Getting back to the Chinese marketing firm, I replied in a similar fashion, and I quote directly from my email. Thank you very much for your email and interest. In short, I can't provide you with a quotation for YouTube videos as I don't charge for this service. My channel is for unbiased watch reviews and taking a payment would not be appropriate. I am happy to accept watches, but only on the premise that any videos I produce would show an honest representation of the watches in question. Now I want my channel to be about honesty and transparency, and it may well turn out that the company in question are happy to work with me under those guidelines. If they do, then I will give fair notice where that watch comes from and hopefully a fair review. As of yet, they haven't responded. I mentioned transparency, so I'll be totally upfront with you. I have never been paid to do a watch review, but thanks to your views, my channel has recently started to make a small revenue. I say small as the money earned so far is a fraction of what I've spent on watches. Hopefully they might balance out at some point in the future. I'll maybe make a video if that ever happens. And that's what makes today's watch so special. The Turtle is the first watch that has been paid for with revenue earned by the channel. Now it is a relatively affordable watch, but it's a momentous occasion for me. So when I say YouTube bought me a watch, what I really mean is you guys watching my videos paid for this watch. So yet again, I thank you. And if you're sitting there doing the calculations, then I'll save you some time. My channel only became monetized after the Black Bay fiasco. Otherwise today's watch would have been a Sin 104 or an Oris pointer date. Unlike other watch channels, Last Watch isn't a business for me. I don't sell you any branded products. I'm not here to sell you a Last Watch t-shirt, coffee cup or watch strap, or for that matter, even a watch. I have, however, signed up to Amazon Associates, and when available, I might add product links to the video description. It's entirely up to you whether you choose to use them or not. Well, thanks for watching and showing your support. I just wanted to let you know that I'm keeping it real and not a complete sellout. If this video goes down like a lead balloon, then I promise not to do another. Normal service will be resumed in the next video. Right, now, where did I put my drinking trousers?